Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here today. If you're a returning viewer, welcome. If you're a new viewer, welcome. Okay, so let's get into it. As always, we're talking about how to better ourselves. Okay, so we're going to talk about shadow work. Okay, so shadow work, like when to do your shadow work and how to do it so that you can get the most out of yourself, right? Okay, so when to do your shadow work, best time to do your shadow work is when you're feeling good about yourself, right? You feel like you can be really completely honest with yourself. You feel like, you're ready to be completely open with yourself because actually being open with ourselves can be the hardest thing sometimes, right? And you're ready to like really dig deep within yourself. Okay, best time to actually do your shadow work is after meditating. I found it that once I meditate, I center myself and I clear my mind and balance myself, especially emotionally and mentally. I am ready to dig deep within myself, right? um, because at that time you feel more confident, right? You feel more assured of yourself, to be more honest with yourself, to be more open with yourself, and actually really vulnerable, right? Those things, though it seems though it is easy for us to do with ourselves because we never really sit and think about it. We only think about the aspect of doing those things with other people and not with ourselves. But truly, it's the hardest thing that we do with ourselves. And our shadow side kind of shows us, that we actually don't do those things with ourselves. Once you start digging into your shadow side, you'll find out just how much you have, manipulated yourself, lied to yourself, and even hide from yourself, right? Because it doesn't really feel good. That's what a shadow work is those parts of us that don't really make us feel comfortable, good, and doesn't bring us joy. So we kind of like push it under the rug, act like it's not there, and it's not us, but everybody else, right? Okay, so you're now calm, centered, and ready to really completely be honest with yourself. You want to ask yourself several questions so that you can dig deep within your shadow, you know, aspects, right? So you want to ask, like, what is it that I tend to hide about or from myself or about myself when it comes to other people? How do I try to portray myself so that I feel more accepted, right? And what is it that I am trying to hide, right? Like, honestly, like your shadow work will be the best thing you'll ever do with yourself because you really get to know yourself in depth. You thought you knew yourself, you really don't unless you do your shadow work, okay? And you'll answer these things within yourself. When you start asking this question, your mind will help you find these answers, right? So, what is it that you hide yourself? Okay, you hide from within yourself and including other people. Um, or when do you tend to hide these things, right? When do you tend to be more when do you tend to hide this aspect of yourself more, or you feel though you gotta put your best foot forward? Like in in what situation, around what type of people, right? Um, you want to ask yourself, how is it that I justify, okay, when I feel though um, I'm told that I'm wrong, right? Or when I feel when that little voice comes in me in my mind and tells me like, "Oh my gosh, you know that was wrong of you." Like how do you justify it, right? Cuz especially when that voice speaks to us, we try to find justification real quick so that we can feel better because we don't like that uncomfortable feeling, right? And why do you do that? Right? Why do you feel though you want to justify? The whys are really where your shadow work lies, okay? You want to know when and how, but then the why really gets you into yourself to understand how you truly operate and why do you operate that way, right? And so you want to ask yourself these questions. And when you do, you're you kind of like don't expect for the voice, like that first voice that answers, oh well, this is why, or that's why, or well, it's not my fault, it's other people's fault. You don't want to listen to that, okay? You want to ask, as you ask these questions more and more and more, you're going to go into the answer. You're going to go more into in depth with yourself, and you will actually reveal the answer, right, over time. So don't expect the answer is going to come to you the first time. Now, if it comes to you the first time and you know and you feel it that that's it and that's why, then great, you're doing good. Um, but most likely it's not. So don't take that first answer and run with it, okay? You want to keep continuing to practice this so that you actually get the answer that you're looking for, that helps you understand yourself better. And you'll know when those answers are true. Like, you'll have no doubt about it. Because after all, you know yourself subconsciously 1,000%. It's just consciously you choose to hide from other things. You choose not to know. You choose not to put it in your front toe. Rather, you keep it in the back, right? Where nobody really sees it and you don't have to look at it much. So during shadow work, what you're doing is all those things that you keep back there and you keep under the rug, you're bringing it to the frontal so that you can actually take a clear look at it, okay? So because it's been back there for a long time, it's not going to be so clear from the jump, right? You have to take a look at it a few times in order to see the clear full picture of it. So give yourself time, okay? And ask yourself, what do I do? When do I do it? And why do I do it? Right? And when do I tend to make excuses? Um, how do I go about that? And why do I do that? Right? These things are going to help you become more clear of yourself, the part that you know, don't really look at it so often, and you should, because you use that part all day, every day, right? Your shadow side is how you truly operate, is what you use to truly operate every single day, every single decision, right? You want to try something new, but you tell yourself, I'll wait when the time is better, or I'll do it next week, or I'll be more comfortable when I have the right shoes, or when I have the right money, or I'll wait to do it with somebody else. Okay, why do you do that? These are the shadow parts of you. The real reason why you don't want to go ahead and jump into it lies in your shadow. There's a more depth reason why you don't want to do it. It has nothing to do with you not being prepared, but how you believe and how you proceed. Okay? So, when you're doing your shadow work, you learn a lot about your beliefs and how you proceed and how you interpret. And all those things plays into your daily life, whether it's big decision, small decision, communicating, and just about everything that you do, right? So working on your shadow work is definitely the most important part and the key to truly being self-aware of yourself and truly to understand yourself and to truly grow and become the amazing person I know you can be, and you definitely know you can be, and you want to be. Okay? So let's go ahead and become one, completely one with ourselves. Okay, beautiful people? I know you can do it. I believe in you. Just believe in yourself and don't give up. Best part about the shadow work is shining bright. So go ahead and shine, beautiful people. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for all of your loves, support. Now, if you want me to talk more in depth about shadow work in details, or whether it's how to or why to or when to, right? Um, all has different levels and different layers. All have many different layers, I mean. So if you want me to go in depth into those, feel free to drop me a comment. Let me know. I'll be happy to do that. I try to keep it very basic for my videos because I'm just trying to give you, the basic bits of information, especially for beginners. Okay? So let me know, and if you at least took one thing from this video, I ask you to go ahead and give me those thumbs up so we can get this video out there to as much people as possible, because we're all trying to grow and shine together. Thank you, beautiful people. Mwah. I love you. Have an amazing day.